Oh, the budget took a hit this week again, taking from here to cover over there. I will just explain it as we go. Let's get into it. Let's start with counting up the cash that I will be adding into my cash binders. I have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 180, 190, 200, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 76, 7, 8, 9, 80, 81, $281. And this is the cash that I have left after doing our budget. All of our bills have been paid. This is what I take out in cash and put into sinking funds and some variable spending and some high priority envelopes. You'll see what I mean as we go. And let's start with my spending binder. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is groceries. Now, we have been doing really well with eating at home. Zero takeout, you guys. Super proud of Jason because he just gets these cravings once in a while that just cannot be stopped. But he is actually the one that has been meal planning, shopping, and cooking. I know. And you know what started it? The personal mini challenge that we did of meal planning. Those personal mini challenges sometimes can really just resonate with someone when you least expect it. So I hope you guys are getting your partners and your families involved in those. And we have a new one this week, so stay tuned for that. And let's get back to this grocery envelope. We did not have any groceries for ourselves this week. Here's where I deposited the 100 and we had 116. But my youngest daughter, Emma, she called me and told me that she was very sick. She had basically the flu, I guess. She had the cough, the chills, the body aches, the fever, the poor thing. She said she was hungry, but she didn't know what to eat. And of course, she certainly didn't feel like making anything. And she does live in a different state. So, it's not like I can just run over there with a pot of chicken soup and some Tylenol. So what I did instead was I ordered Instacart for her with, the typical sicky child food in there. I got her some soup and some crackers and popsicles, Jello. So that was $98. So we have $18 left. And my new personal shopper, he was actually at the store today and he spent $60. So I'm just going to be adding 40 today and we will be fine for the rest of the week. We've got plenty of stuff here and let's add this in. So we have the 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58. So we have $58 for groceries. And by the way, Emma is doing much better now, so that's good news. All right, let's get to Uhtred's food. Now, he needed his ground turkey and his green beans and his special Baby Bell cheeses, and that was $31 at Sam's yesterday. Now, you may also notice here it says care envelope minus $11, and I will explain that in just a little bit. So he currently has 33 left. And I'm just going to leave it there. He actually has plenty of food for probably the next couple weeks, actually. So I'm not going to worry about Uhtred's food this week. And then we're going to move on to Farmer's Market, which it's empty. Did we finally go to the Farmer's Market? Nope. So why is it empty? I'll tell you about that too when we get to that part. And let's go to household. Now, I actually did not need any household stuff this week. The last thing I bought was that Advil, but I am going to go ahead and start adding some cash in here. So let's go ahead and start with 20. And I'm going to take this receipt out. I don't think I need that in there anymore. I'm not sure why I still have it in there. Oh, here's another one. And let's put this 20 in here. And next is going to be Uhtred's care. Okay, now here is where we have some splaining to do. If you follow me on Facebook, you already know that Uhtred scared the bejesus out of us a few days ago. On Thursday, he woke up and he was sitting in front of me. I was sitting on the couch. He was sleeping in front of me. And when he did his little, what we call his morning yoga stretch, something just seemed a little off. And Jason and I both looked at each other like, Did you see that? Yep. Did you? Yep. So, of course, we watched him very closely. And I'm going to show you a quick little clip of what was going on with him. Now, don't watch it if you cry easy. But this is what he was doing. It was so heartbreaking. He basically could not move his back legs like normal. It was just strange. So my first initial thought was I don't want to have to pick him up and put him in the car to go to the vet. I wasn't sure what was wrong with him, so I was afraid to do that. So I called a mobile veterinarian, and of course, they had no availability, but she did suggest that I try one of those app video style vets. So that is what I did. And that is right here. That was $76. And then she called in some anti-inflammatory medicine for him. That was $19, which wasn't too bad. I was pretty happy with that price, which left little Uchi $41 in the negative. So I took from that farmer's market envelope and I took from Uhtred's food envelope to just basically break even for what we had to spend. And you guys, the medicine, he responded so well. It's honestly, it doesn't even make any sense. And we are just convinced that the prayers from you guys and from us and from family were just so overwhelming up there that God was like, Uhtred, this little guy must be pretty important down there, and just went ahead and did something. Jason asked Uhtred the next day, did the angels come see you last night or what, buddy? I mean, he is just doing so good. It doesn't even make any sense, like I said. But today he's okay. He's walking. He's not dragging his feet. He is not in pain. And I can relax. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for your comments. It was so nice to read them. And honestly, they just made me feel so much better, like just knowing that other people were out there that cared about Uhtred and were keeping him in their prayers. He is doing okay, you guys. So I'm actually going to skip Uhtred's care for now. We'll get into that next week. And we're going to move into clothing. And let me see, I'm not putting any in here, but I did want to show you guys, I did spend finally out of this envelope. When I went to Sam's Club to get some of Uhtred's food, I saw these travel joggers. These were so cute. And I leave Friday to go to Pittsburgh. So I went ahead and picked those up. I spent $44. And side note, there will not be a video this coming Sunday, but don't worry, I will make up for it when I get back home, I promise. So just hold on to your Hello Honey money next week. Don't spend it on anything. But you guys, these joggers that I got, they are so cute and so comfy. And that price of $13 a pair, I could not pass it up. Okay, so we're all done with this binder. And next up, let's get into the high priority binder. Okay, principal payments. This is a new one. This is for added payments on the mortgage. And I want to go ahead, and it's not much, but I want to add 25. And this is just to keep the momentum going in there, right? I just want to have something to add to my October 1st payment. So let's see what I have here. I have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 91, 92. That is good. That's better than zero, which is what I've been sending to my principal payments. Okay, so next up is car maintenance. I'm going to skip that. And the medical, I actually ended up using $84 of our medical envelope for Uhtred's health insurance, which I'm actually working on getting all of the receipts from his vet visits for 2024 so I can send those in. I'm curious to see if I've met that deductible. I have a feeling that I have. And if I have, then they will start sending me some reimbursement checks, which would be really good right about now. Next up is two sister bees, and I'm going to be adding $30 this week. I did spend $75 this past week on supplies, which has left me with 25 in the envelope. And then adding the 30, I'm up to 55. And tithe envelope is getting the bulk of this money, 120. So we've got 50, 70, 90, 110, 120. And it is empty, so we're starting over here. Let's put that in there. And home decor, you guys, it's empty. In fact, I went a little over. I spent $118. I know I showed you guys this ottoman, but I don't know if I showed you that I actually bought it and it's in my living room, but I love it. And I just think it matches perfectly in my living room. So I'm going to skip that envelope for this week. Next up, let's get into my sinking funds. And I want to get this binder done really quickly so we can play Hello Honey. And first up is the accountant, and this one is getting $20. And it now has 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. And I think I mentioned before, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be using an accountant this year coming up, 2025. I don't know if I really am going to need them, but we'll see. And what else do I want to do? Oh yeah, Thanksgiving. I'm going to add, as you can see, it's a light week, you guys. Just life was lifing. Let me tell you, I don't even know if I have ever actually said that phrase, life be lifing, but guys, it really was. So funds are a little low this week, and Thanksgiving is just going to be getting 12. So we're going to color 2 of these in. And let's add 10, 11, and 12. So Thanksgiving is now up to 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 90. And I'm not stuffing anything else in this binder today. And I know I just said a few minutes ago that as soon as I was done with this binder, we'd play Hello Honey. But we only have a little bit left over here. So let's go ahead and just put this where it goes. So let's go ahead and get into this savings challenge binder because I just started this September tracker and I don't want to fall behind on it already. So I want to go ahead and add $7 and I'm going to mark off that 5 and the 2. And let's add 5, 6, and 7. And it is now up to 10, 15, 20, 21, 2, 3, and 4. And when it's all done at the end of the month, I'll have 175. And I have a whole set of these for the entire year below in the description if you guys want to check those out. I just made them and I absolutely love how they came out. And this last $7, let's see what is going on in here. Okay, first I want to show you guys this dinner date envelope. We talked about this today before I started filming, and I reminded him that we had this money sitting in here, and we both were like, what do you think? Well, what do you think? So this is what we decided. We decided that Jason is going to just make a nice dinner here at home. So he wanted $50 for that. He said that would be plenty. I'm going to put that up there. And that leaves 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, $210. Now, I just mentioned that I'm going on a trip to Pittsburgh to see my older daughter. And I'm just going to take this with me for the food and the gas. Now, some of you might be like, Jen, you saved up for that dinner date. You should have it. Well, technically, we are. Maybe not how this was initially intended, but we are okay with it. And I could actually use this money for that trip. So I'm going to take this out and I will replace dinner date next week with something new. And let's go back to no spend. Okay, where is my tracker? Okay, here it is. And today is Saturday the 7th. So that means we've got 7 days here to account for. And if you guys know me, you already know that is right. I had 0 spend days this past week. I have been doing unbelievably well this past year. I just cannot believe it myself, to be perfectly honest. I think that it has been, 2.5 years since I started this journey. And I think that I have just completely retrained my brain. I mean, there's no other explanation for it, right? I'm 100% a completely different person now with my money. So That is what that is about. And let's see what I've got in this envelope. 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32. I said this last week, but I'm going to say it again. If you're wondering, why is there only $32 in here when you've had that many no spend days? It's because I donated what was in this envelope just a few weeks ago. So I'm starting it over. Now I want to talk about this for a minute because I always just breeze right past this, and I feel like newbies might be like, she is crazy. How can she not spend any money all week? She is like depriving herself of everything. Let me explain. Okay, so I don't want anyone to watch this part and glaze over it thinking I would never and I could never, so I'm just not interested in doing a no spend challenge. Because the no spend challenge is not meant to be, you can't have anything anymore and you are not allowed to spend $1 unless it is an absolute necessity. That's how we think of no spend challenges, right? That's not what they are. It's actually meant to help you with priorities, your priorities, not mine and not my rules, your rules. Now, my rules are if it's an impulse buy or something that I can't cover with another envelope, it's a spend day. Now, you will have your money prioritized completely different than I do. And here's an example. I don't have a takeout envelope. Now, if I get takeout, I spent. You might have takeout budgeted. So if you get takeout, no spendy. See the difference? I don't have a coffee envelope. So if I stopped at Starbucks, that would be kind of like a weird impulse buy for me. Spendy spend. But you've allotted yourself $20 for the week for your Starbucks runs. No spend. Does that make sense? It is actually very user friendly. It's not depriving. It's not a crash diet. There is no need to feel like, oh my God, if I do a no spend challenge, I'm going to feel so anxious and I'm never going to get through it and I'm going to die without my Starbucks. So here is our personal mini challenge. Now, if you're new, you have no idea what a personal mini challenge is. So let me explain it really quickly. What I do is I try to give you guys a different challenge as often as I can. Sometimes it's weekly, sometimes it's bi-weekly. I try to think of things that will just help us to save money in the long run. Things that you probably already know, but you forgot or just kind of need a little nudge to do. That's what our personal mini challenges are. So this personal mini challenge is this. We're going to test this out. And we're going to try to do a no spend challenge a little differently. And I especially want you to do this if you've never done one before. Now, that annual tracker that you just saw me with, where I marked off my days that I haven't spent, that is a freebie. It is linked below for you guys. You just click it and print it out. And I put it there because we are entering the most expensive part of the year, right? With all of the holidays coming up. So print that out. And I want you to pick your area, just one, and give yourself a set amount that you are allowed to spend on this. And we're going to take it a step further and we're going to get your family involved. Yes, you do. You have to get your family involved this time around. This is going to be different, remember? And I want you to say to your family, okay, guys, we've got the holidays coming up and we are going to allow ourselves, I'm going to use an example here, say $150 for takeout each month. Maybe you've been spending $500 a month or even more. So you are going to pick a number. I'm just throwing 150 out there. You can use whatever number you want. You're going to limit yourself and your family to this amount that you have decided on. You're allowed to have it. You just can't go all willy-nilly with it, right? And then for the rest of the year, we're going to do September, October, November, and December. So that's 4 months. I want you to write next to each month what you've allowed yourself to spend. So if you've allowed yourself the 150 for the takeout, just put 150 for September. And now you're going to keep track. And once you go past that amount, that's it. Now, if you spend more before your re-up time, which would be October, don't beat yourself up. And do not, I repeat, do not just give up. Just learn from whatever that time was. Did you not plan dinner that night? Did you forget to stop at the store? Did you skip lunch that day and you were just so hungry that you couldn't wait? We all have lives, right? Things happen. Just do your best because trying is better than not trying at all. 4 out of 5 is better than 0 out of 5, right? Okay, and let's talk about the reward system. Now, if you have children, I have some suggestions for you because the kids are going to want to know what's in it for us, right? You could reward them each week with things like extra screen time, staying up later. Maybe you have an ice cream night. Let them choose what's for dinner. Let them choose a movie that the family is going to watch. Let them choose the music that you listen to on the way home from school. Give them a day off of doing a chore. With kids, honestly, it is endless. Now, what about you? Maybe get yourself a special coffee. Yes, go to Starbucks. It's okay. Get a manicure. A manicure is like 10, 12, 15 bucks, right? Buy yourself a book. Do a face mask. Even if you are spending a little bit on yourself for these rewards, you are still saving money in the end. And the best part, you're getting your family to behave differently. They're getting out of the habit of whatever it is that you chose, and you're doing it together. Okay, so I hope you guys will try it. I hope you will get your family on board with you. I think you're going to be surprised at the changes that you are all capable of making, especially when it is a team effort. In fact, I know you will be surprised. And a little side note, you could even use this see it like it, want it, save it savings challenge to keep track of all of the things that you or your family are saying no to while you're doing this no spend. You could add a percentage of what you would have spent and then use the total at the end for something more significant that's for everyone to choose, like the big reward. Okay, I went off the rails there with the no spend challenge and the personal mini challenge. You guys probably thought I forgot Hello Honey, but I didn't. And this week's version is called Drama because believe me, that is what has been going on around here. Now, if you've never seen Hello Honey, this is a savings challenge that we play every Sunday. We play it together, and the game is different every week. I come up with something random, and we all play it every Sunday here on the channel. And this is a free tracker. It is linked below. You just click it and print it out. It's in that freebie section that the no spend challenge is in, plus a lot more. Definitely check it out if you've never been in that freebie section. Tons of stuff in there, you guys. So you find this, you print it out, and you can just start. You don't have to worry about that we're here on the E and you're starting up here on the H. Doesn't matter. Just start, just print it, just start playing and start saving your money. And here's how we're going to play today. We are going to see how many drama television shows you can name just by looking at a photo or a screenshot, I guess, of the show. How much are you going to save? I've got 10 total. So you can make them worth $1 a piece, $2 a piece, $5 a piece. It's totally up to you. You could even do it where you save a certain amount for the ones you get right and a certain amount for the ones you get wrong. That way you're saving for every single round, whether you recognize the drama television show or not. I kind of like that way. Okay, you guys ready? The first one is, what show is this? And number 2, number 3, what show is this one? Number 4. That one's not too hard, is it? Even if you've never watched it. And number 5. Number 6. Here comes number 7. Our number 8 show is, and number 9. And our last drama television show is, okay, you guys got all of your answers written down, all 10. Let's see what the answers are. Number 1 is The Sopranos. Number 2, Mad Men. Love that show. Number 3, Game of Thrones. Number 4 is Walking Dead, another one of my favorites. Number 5 is Orange is the New Black. Number 6 is Sex and the City. Number 7 is You. Number 8 is Ozark. Number 9, love, love, love this show, Outlander. If you have not watched it, I highly recommend it. And number 10, another really cool show, Black Mirror. Yes, you guessed it. We have a bonus round. If you did not save as much as you would have liked in round 1, here is a chance to save some extra. And you guessed it. I've got my trusty little envelopes here with my cards. I'm going to mix these up. Each one of these cards has a prompt on it, some different way for you to save money. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so I'm going to turn these over eventually. That one was backwards, so I had to fix it. Okay, so I'm going to mix these up one more time just for the heck of it, just to throw it off a little bit, right? All right, now you're going to choose 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. You can pick 1 envelope, 2 envelopes. Again, it is completely up to you. Which one are you going to choose? All right, let's see what you got. If you chose envelope number 1, you will add the first and last number of your home address. Add those 2 numbers together and save that amount. If you chose envelope number 2, you will add the 2 numbers of your age together. Okay, and envelope number 3, you will add the first and last numbers of your zip code. Add those 2 numbers together. And envelope number 4, save $1 for every letter in your name. And the last one, if you are married, save another $2. If you're single, save another $1. Okay, those are your bonus round amounts. Now, this is what I need you to do. I need you to, in the comment section, let me know how much you saved total today, because I knew all of the answers today. So I don't have anything to save, right? What I do is I add up all of your answers, I average them out, and that's what I'm going to save next week. And I'd also like for you to comment below if you're going to do the personal mini challenge. Now, do you still need some motivation for that? The no spend challenge is what got me out of this. This is all of my debt. I will keep this paper forever. I should actually probably laminate it. It's starting to look a little rough. We're going to zoom in on this today. And I'm going to leave this here for a minute. I want you to look it over. I want you to really look at those totals. And I want you to see here the best part where it says paid. But just go ahead and check this out for a minute. Now, in my mind, this is extreme. This is crazy. And this was depriving my family of a lot of things. So get in that description, print out your no spend tracker, and make a change. It's there for you guys. Are you subscribed? If not, go ahead and hit that button, because I really want you to be a part of some new things that are coming up. And go ahead and hit the bell while you're at it. I am working on a video that will be posted in a few days, and you don't want to miss it. Until then, go ahead and click here and check out this video where I give you 7 money saving tips in 7 minutes.